Here we go.
Get ready, get set for the best movie and pop culture talk in the universe. It's the Good Brothers on Mercado Airwaves with your hosts, Alex Mercado and Mike Mercado.
Welcome back to the Good Brothers. We're here to take you to infinity and beyond, at the same time watching out for a killer doll. Mike, say hi to the folks.
What's up, folks? I said hello.
I said say hey.
Hi.
Now what's up?
What's up?
Say it again.
Hi, folks.
There you go. It's not hey, but okay, I'll take it.
Hey, folks. What do you got going
What's
on,
up?
good brother? How's your week been?
It's been good. I'm excited. I've been waiting for Toy Story 4. The reviews are, I think it's 100%. I believe
Yeah,
still hasn't gotten a bad review.
Yeah,
so
we'll
that
check-
should be fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, we'll definitely check out the Rotten Tomatoes before we get out of here. Remind me as
And
we
then
get ready.
Chucky, and then I'm excited. There's a lot. Finally, we're back to good movies after kind of a sluggish beginning
For
to
sure.
summer. We'll get into with the box office.
Right, and speaking of the box office, we'll hit on what happened in the box office and movie world. We also want to get into a little bit of the sports world. We have also some WWE news. So, good brother, we have a busy week coming up. So why don't we go ahead and jump in? Why don't we all go to the movies and see how we did this week in the box office, good brother? Why don't we go ahead and take a look of the week of June 14th through the 16th. Alex, at number 1, Men in Black International, but only opening up with $30 million.
150 million budget too.
That is so bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that
like-
is
Now, when
horrible.
we're on the show, we're always pretty optimistic. Like
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu turned out okay. Aladdin's actually almost close to $1 billion. No, this is bad.
Yeah.
This is a bust. This is a big bust. This is almost as bad as Phoenix, but I think because Phoenix was already dying and pushed, this is worse.
Right.
And now we're getting stories of the drama behind the scenes, the script changes. So, that's 2 blockbusters in a row that sadly had the same outcome of didn't make money, drama behind the scenes, wasn't necessary.
And then moving on to The Secret Lives of Pets 2 in its second week in second place with $24 million, going to $92 million on a budget of $80 million. Yeah.
There'll be a part 3.
Yeah.
There'll be a part 4.
Aladdin keeps trucking, $17 million, $264 million domestically. So Aladdin
It's
crushing.
close to $1 billion. It's getting there. Disney that turned out a lot more profitable than I think anyone expected. I think that goes to show Will Smith sells, and Aladdin, it was good enough to make the money. I still really enjoyed it.
Aladdin made $733 million worldwide. That is, for a movie that when the first preview dropped,
Yeah.
that is phenomenal. How
I mean,
about
for Disney, that's almost
Yeah.
another $1 billion movie after Captain Marvel and Avengers.
Right. And how about Rocket Man? Still trucking along, makes $9 million, $66 domestically. Worldwide, we're talking about a movie that's made $138 million.
I still wish they would have done a bigger push for it, I think. Maybe a different time. Like, I think it's a rough movie to come out in summer. But, good for it. Like, it turned out good. Might get an Oscar nod for Best Actor.
Yeah.
It's making money. I just wish for more, like how Yesterday is going to come out.
Yeah, I'm
coming out a
super
little later where we can enjoy it a little more with the Beatles music. I
I'm
thought we
super
should have done
excited
that
for
for
Yesterday.
Elton John.
Yeah.
But either way, we get 2 good music movies this year. I like the genre we're going into with these kind of musical sort of movies.
Yeah, and I'm super excited for Yesterday. It looks really fun. Now, Alex, we mentioned another movie that was opening up this weekend that you would think, at the very least, for most movies, especially during the summer, would crack the top 5. But that is not the case here, because at number 5 is Dark Phoenix in its second week. But at number 6 is the newly released Shaft. So with Dark Phoenix, you have a movie that's made $9 million, that's only made $52 million domestically. It's made 152 foreign, so it's worldwide about $207 million. But
with reshoots, and again, let's say it had $150 million budget, reshoots, marketing, you're still barely breaking your penny. Maybe it'd be astonishing if it makes its money back.
No, tell me what you think about Shaft being in 6th place.
Who asked for Shaft? Who asked for this movie? I think it's like how Tyler Perry stopped doing Medea movies after this year because it didn't make money. I think we're starting to realize, we don't want that. We're okay. We got Black Panther. Why do I want Shaft?
Right.
Like, why do I want that? If I want Samuel Jackson, I'll wait for a Tarantino film or for another Marvel movie. I'll wait till Homecoming or Far Far From Home. to see Samuel Jackson, guys. Like, I don't need to watch Shaft. Like, I wasn't a fan of the original Shaft. And like, you just named it Shaft. You didn't say Shaft 2, Shaft Bigger and Better. Like, it's the same title. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, the marketing's, I don't know what this was. It should have been released on Netflix or something, and maybe I'd give it a peek. But, like, it's pointless to me. It was a pointless movie.
Well, this week in the box office had 2 new releases that didn't really make any type of impact when it comes to what we are expecting for properties in today's day and age. Yeah. Well, that may not be the case for sure this week because, good brother, Toy Story 4 hits theaters, and for counter programming, we also get the reboot of Child's Play, and we also get a female-led movie about a spy / kick-ass in Anna. So what? I wanted to mention Anna because it's the third movie that's going to have
over. Because it's going to be another bust we need to talk about.
Right, and it's going to be out in 2,500 theaters, so it's worldwide release. So why don't we concentrate then on the other 2 movies?
Who's the leading actress in it?
I have no idea. I can figure that out for us right now.
Because you had the one with Tyree P. Henson, Tyree, the girl from Empire, and then you had the one with Jennifer Lawrence. These movies aren't making money. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm all for it. I think Keanu Reeves kind of ruined it for everyone where we think that's what's making money. I think, let's be honest, Keanu Reeves is making money. I don't think the hitman spy genre is making money. But let's say the ones that made money the last 2 years: Mission Impossible, a known franchise; John Wick, a known franchise, will walk with Keanu Reeves. So I don't think these other movies are really doing it. Like Hotel Artemis or even Upgrade was a good movie, didn't make any money. Like, I don't think people are going to theaters, and we talked about it, to see movies like this anymore. Like, if it's not a huge blockbuster, crazy hit worth $100 million, I don't know if you're even going to get a little bit of money anymore. Especially with, like, I can watch Avengers again. I can watch Rocket Man, which I didn't see. Secret Life of Pets. I can go watch a kids movie, you know. Well, this week it's going to get dethroned, but it's just the only reason we're mentioning this because it's coming out in a lot of theaters. It didn't get a lot of marketing. That's not a good sign because that means they didn't want to put the money into it. They're going to eat this one again and again. Netflix would be great for these movies.
And it's starting Sasha Luss, Helen Mirren is in it, Luke Evans, and Cillian Murphy.
That's a lot of...
Helen Mirren, Luke Evans, and Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I can watch an Oscar-winning actor on FX right now if I wanted to. I'm poised. Like, I can watch Sam Rockwell. Like, that doesn't impress me as much anymore because I can see a good cast in a lot of places, TV included, where I don't have to go pay for it.
So you ready to do it? You ready to talk about Toy Story 4? Let's do it. Let's get into it. Everybody always had the same concern from where a lot of people. Toy Story 3 was so good, and it was so definitive. Why would you make a Toy Story 4? But the fact that we're at this moment now, and the buzz has come in, and people have already started reviewing it, and it's a 98%. It was holding at 100 for almost a week. Yeah. This is a movie that's going to crush. That's going to crush. Heartwarming, funny, and beautifully animated, Toy Story 4 managed the unlikely feat of extending and perhaps concluding a practically perfect animated saga. That is the critics' consensus of Toy Story 4 on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know how much else I can hype this movie.
I think, like you said, we're all worried about, is this going to be a good add-on? Is this necessary? And the way they describe it, we've heard interviews with the director and the actors now, where they all felt that way, and then they read the script, and remember, they've been doing this for 3 years now. And that's important, because now you're adding characters like Key and Peele, you're bringing back characters, and I like the way they said it, simple as this. 1 through 3 is Andy's story. We're going to get, this is a Woody story. This is a toy story. Like, legit, these are the toys now. We're not, like, yeah, Bonnie's involved, but that's not the main focus anymore, is we're doing this for Andy. Now it's like, these toys are living their toyish lives. And that's fun to me, and I think that's interesting. And I have guesses to what I think is going to happen. I think finally Woody leaves the gang and like starts his own thing.
Yeah,
I could see that being a thing where it's like finally like he's going to be with Bo, he's going to stay, and they're going to go back and be the toys. I like the way the director says they're like, to start this movie, they're like, Woody's always been number one with Andy. Now he's just another toy.
Right.
And I love the words they're saying to set up this movie. And one thing from the trailers they said is everything in the trailers is within the first 15 minutes.
That's amazing.
Or first 20 minutes. Just because it was the same people that did Avengers Endgame trailer.
Okay.
Did this trailer.
Of course.
So it's like you haven't seen anything yet. And we
course.
found out with Avengers, we didn't see anything yet. So I'm very excited about that. Like, all these extra scenes, and I love Key and Peele. Like, I love Key. That's my favorite, like, sketch comedy show of all time. I think they're geniuses.
Yeah.
Like, one's more of a comedic TV genius, and one's a directorial comedic genius.
Right.
I love them both. I can't wait to see those characters. Like, those are going to be my favorites, probably. It's exciting. I love Toy Story. They've won. It's won the Disney bracket every single time we've done it, Mike. I think Toy Story 3 or Toy Story 1 usually rounds it up.
So why don't we go ahead and put our feet to the fire? What is the Good Brothers official list? We'll start with Good Brother Alex of his, excluding Toy Story 4, and then we'll come back to this next week and update the list. As of 1, 2, and 3, what is your favorite in what order, starting from 3 to 1, as in least, quote-unquote, least favorite to most favorite?
So least favorite, I'm going to go, I think, to me it goes 1, 2, 3. And I think it's because it got better with time. The animation got better with time. They flushed out these characters better. I love part 1. Part 1's a classic, start it off. You know, Woody's kind of an ass. Buzz is an imbecile. The animation's not great. And then 2, you had this great female character. You had Kelsey Grammer. You had the horse. Bullseye. Like, you're adding cool characters and the animation looks better. And now you're talking about broken toys and Squeaky. But part 3 is my all-time favorite. It came out when I was 18 going to school. When you're getting rid of your knickknacks, when you're getting rid of your one stuffed animal you've had forever. So I go 1, 2, 3. From what I've heard, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2. So reverse order. 3 is 1, 2 is 2, 1 is 3. Mm-hmm. From what I've heard a lot of people say, because there's a lot of traditionalists out there that go 1, 2, 3, 4 and say they're all perfect, but it just goes 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna be one of those people that goes 3, 4, 2, 1.
Yeah.
If the buzz is what it is, it can go 4, 3, 2, 1 for all I know.
I really like your list. I think for me, number 2 is the most nostalgic for me. I love Toy Story 1, but Toy Story 2 just means much more to me. I was a little bit older. I was about like 10, 11 when it came out. We all watched it 1,000 times together. We had it was just so much part of our life, and it was just such a big movie. But part 3, I was 20 when part 3 came out, and it made me cry so many different times. And the scene where you see Andy drive off.
So long, partner.
And it crushed me. When I thought they were all gonna die, it crushed me. It's a movie that, first of all, as a radio personality, as a voiceover hopeful, the amount of spirit and love that these voice actors, like a Tim Allen and a Tom Hanks and the amazing rest of the cast, brought to these characters. There's a warmth to it. It's James Earl Jones level Mufasa. Yeah. It warms your heart.
It's like Wolverine. Like Hugh Jackman, they've been playing these characters for over 20 years now. Because Toy Story 1 was what, 92?
95, I think.
90, somewhere in they've been playing 20 years plus regardless. Like, they've been playing the same character. And it's crazy because you think 4 movies in a span of 20 years. When you have something like Mission Impossible, who has 7 movies or something, or Star Wars has 9, 11, 12. That this somehow franchise has spread 20 years, 4 movies, and 4 out of the park. It's like 4 Grand Slams in a row, basically.
And Toy Story 1 did come out in 1995. I was 5 years old when the first Toy Story. I remember it so much, dude, because we had the VHS of it. Yeah. That's how big of a deal this was.
I probably would saw it because you got to think back then. VHS like a year later. Yeah, like 4. I was probably around 4 or 5 when I really started watching it, getting prepared. Because I remember part 2 being the hit it was, because I was old enough to get. We had a Buzz Lightyear doll. We had a Rex. We had a Mr. Potato Head. Do you remember? Like, we had all these toys. Right. Like, I'm sure in some storage thing in the garage, there's the Rex doll. There's the broken Buzz Lightyear that doesn't have wings anymore.
And Toy Story 2 came out in 99. I was 9 years old. You were 7 years old. So these movies legit just
and
hit
then
us.
10 years later
came out with
the world.
So I was 19 and you were 17, so you were heading into college.
I was basically
and then you were
like, I think 18, 20.
It's so crazy how it played out for our generation.
I mean, it's almost like they knew exactly what they were doing.
It's crazy how Disney does that. So we're gushing over Toy Story, but there's another doll that's coming into town that you and I are big fans of because we grew up on it thanks to our mother, and the fact that part 1 takes place in our very own city. It's time to talk about Child's Play. Mark Hamill does not have a review on Rotten Tomatoes yet because he's still under embargo, but I think these type of movies are going to get crushed regardless for the most part.
These movies won't do good, but it's going to make money. I think it's going to make money. A movie like this has to make, like 30 million? Like, okay, now, look at this. If this makes 30 million, like Men in Black, it's a hit.
Yep.
But here's the problem. This movie has a lot going for it, and a lot not. Because you and me are purists. We love the Child's Play 1 through 7. Cult of Chucky, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, all of them. The originals from the beginning, Andy's story to here. Is that Andy too? Are they both named Andy?
Man.
That's creepy. That's real creepy now that I said it out loud.
I love it.
And we love those movies. We like the new release with Tilly that came out last year. This is kind of starting a whole different genre because that series is still going. That's what's confusing, I think, is the series we know, the original doll we know, not the IAI one, not Mark Hamill, is still going.
Is that confirmed?
Yes.
Okay.
With a TV series.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they're heavily involved. The movie rights are going here to the company. They're starting to say it. I'm willing to give it a chance.
Yeah.
I hope it's good. I really do. I hope it doesn't go like people are saying, like, I don't want to see a bunch of kids battling a doll. Like, I still haven't watched Stranger Things.
Okay.
I don't need the Losers Club fighting Chucky.
Sure.
But I like the scenes I've gotten. I'm gonna watch it opening weekend.
Yeah.
But it has a lot to battle. But at the same time, I think their marketing has been genius with the killing the dolls.
It's been the best. Yeah. The posters. Yeah, they have been.
They put out new claymation. Like, it's been. I love horror movies, and I'm not gonna not see a Child's Play remake with Mark Hamill.
On it, yeah.
Like, I want the doll. Like, there was an entry to do the doll on Twitter, and I entered it because I want the doll.
Yeah, of
and
course.
I'm gonna leave it here, so I'm not looking at that, but I'll leave it in this house.
I will sleep with it.
Like, yeah, probably.
Yeah, so I'm super excited for it. I'm excited that Chucky's back in the big screen, that they're attempting to make a big version of this movie, and I'm excited of it.
Well, it's going to be a good time.
Super excited for that. So that is not the only Disney and movie news that we got, Alex, because Marvel is going to Comic-Con, and this is also coming off of the news about Endgame getting a re-release, and the fact that Kevin Feige even announced himself that he's been going after Keanu Reeves for a ton of different Marvel movies. So it's pretty interesting what Marvel's doing.
I think, or something weird. Like, he'll be in that weird God movie they're doing.
Maybe.
Something solar, I think.
So
he'll be a main guy.
Well, so here we are. The Comic-Con's a few weeks away. Marvel is showing up. Warner Brothers won't be there.
They did last year when Marvel didn't show up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of coincidence that they were there last year with, like, Godzilla and Aquaman and Wonder Woman.
Right.
And now this year, they're not going. And now Marvel's at least dropped.
But Marvel, for the longest time, said we weren't going to go.
Well, Disney in general was trying to get away from it.
Yeah.
But I think they become so big that they can afford to say, we'll send Marvel. We'll give you a couple. Because apparently Spider-Man's got a couple crazy things in it that we need to watch that's important, which no one saw coming. That, like, oh, wait, there's important stuff. Not just a good movie.
It's not just the epilogue.
Which got good reviews. But now it's like, hey, there's some important things you should be watching that's going forward in the universe.
Right.
So obviously Cosmic is the rumor, and I can't wait for that. But it's fascinating because now you can be like, okay, D23 will give you Star Wars.
Sure.
We'll give you TV. We can do Disney Plus because apparently Disney Plus will be big at D23 about the announcements finally.
That makes all
and
sense.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because we'll probably end up getting the Mandalorian finally.
Right.
We're going to get something like it's going to be Star Wars heavy, and I appreciate that because you're big enough. Spread it out a little.
And once we get past Spider-Man and The Lion King, they will go full throttle with Frozen and Star Wars. So you think like those are going to be their next two big animation and live action thing that they'll go once we get past.
Well, I mean, and also now Warner Brothers Disney has to play nice because one has J.J. Abrams running their universe,
Bad Robot, yeah,
and one now just bought J.J. Abrams' company. So you're like, all right, Jay, and now they're sharing James Gunn.
Yeah.
So now you're like, okay, it's not surprising that
they're all making money.
They're all making money.
Yeah.
I think Chris Ronaldo said it best. People think it's White Sox or Red Sox and Yankees.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Because both those teams don't win at the same time.
Right.
they're winning at the same exact time.
Right.
One just opened up a brand new Harry Potter ride that's supposed to be the greatest ride ever. One just opened up Galaxy Squad. Like, they're both winning. Like, it's not a big deal, honestly.
It's so true.
So don't think of it as a competition anymore. They're getting both your money.
But speaking of competition, what about the number one overall box office record that is Avatar? Is it in peril? Well, if you look at the numbers right now, Avengers is at $2,744 million, while Avatar is at $2,788 billion. So roughly, Avengers needs about $45 million to take it. So it's not going to do it in this standing right now with these legs. But Kevin Feige also announced that we are going to get a re-release of Avengers Endgame with some extended scenes and deleted scenes and even a post-credit scene.
And you know what? I like to go with this. I need a runtime. You and me would probably end up seeing it anyway, but if they tell me we're adding 10 minutes, I probably won't.
Yeah.
I'll wait. If you're telling me we're doing like they did Lord of the Rings, we're adding 30 minutes.
Sure.
I'm going to be like, that's 30 minutes. Like, you'll be, as movie buffs, we know, like, when you peek deleted scenes and this, 10 2-minute scenes it's a lot. It really is a lot in the movie. So if you tell me, hey, we're adding 30 minutes back to this movie, I'm probably going to go see it in the theater. And now I can enjoy it more being like, I'm going to take a bathroom break right now. They're building the time machine. I'm going to take a bathroom break for a second.
So let me ask you this. With these next few weeks coming up, with Spider-Man Far From Home and the re-release, will Endgame eventually catch Avatar?
It will. I think the question is how much scrutiny is it going to take?
Sure.
If Avatar had come out right now, it'd get the same scrutiny because it was a re-release also.
Yeah.
The record-breaking number was through the re-release. The 3D, the inflation.
IMAX.
Twitter wasn't a thing back there as much as it is now. If Twitter was around when Avatar, people would be talking shit about that and Titanic. Like, it's just the way it is, people. Like, if we give people the opening to argue, they're going to use it. So no matter what we say, even if they had done it plain out, people would still be talking shit. Oh, inflation. Like, you hear that all the time. It's like, okay, we still need to crack. Baseball moved on. Like, records move on, people. Like, there's a 3-point line in basketball now, guys. Like, I don't know what you want. Like, field goals are a thing, and, like, rules do change. That doesn't mean records can't be broken, and we're not supposed to pause and be like, okay, from this era, that's not how it works, people.
Right.
There's not a Hall of Fame from old baseball or new baseball.
Right.
That's not how it works. So you need to get used to it, and all it is, okay, we have Twitter now, so we can bitch about it. Go ahead. Then don't go. Don't go watch it. It's going to make the money. It's going to break the record. Deal with it. Watch Spider-Man instead. Go support movies that need money, like Godzilla.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I don't know what you want from us.
Or Booksmart, maybe. But
something like that. Like, go watch something else then.
But I will say this. Regardless, Disney is definitely laughing to the bank. And you know what else you're going to be laughing to the bank, Alex? Is not only the Chris Pratt, Tom Holland onward movie from is it Disney and Pixar or just
Disney,
Pixar? All right. But how about Pixar's new official movie titled Soul, which will officially come out 5 years after Inside Out? And it's a tale about the human soul and how it's connected to the universe and everything like that.
Trippy.
It's going to be amazing.
You know, like when Inside Out and the synopsis came out, you're like, what is this movie? And then you're like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah, you're like, oh, totally.
Same thing. Even when Onward came out, you're like, wait, what is modern like thing? Yeah. And then it's bright for kids.
Right.
Oh, cool. Okay,
sure,
I get it. Like now I see it. I could see like Monsters Inc. when it came out. You're like, what is Monsters Inc.? Mm-hmm. Like, what is? Oh, I get it.
Even a Toy Story.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't doubt Pixar. Like, that's like so 30 years ago we were doubting Pixar before they were born.
I just love that title though, Soul.
Yeah,
and
like,
the fact that Pixar's with her, you're like, oh, okay, this is gonna be special. Gotcha. Alex, we also finally have some Space Jam news. How about this? This comes from Shams Sharani, his verified account, okay? Space Jam 2, starring LeBron James, is expected to feature key roles for names like Damian Lillard, Anthony Davis, and Klay Thompson. And even WNBA stars including Diana Taurasi.
That's fine.
And some other great players.
God,
so what do you think about these?
Man, I'm already thinking about the internet hating on that for no reason.
Oh, they destroyed it.
Are they going to get mad when they find out females are coaching in the NBA now?
Yeah, baby. But let's San Antonio might one day. But let me ask you, what do you think about this?
It's fun, obviously.
What about the names? No Steph.
I like Klay better. I think he's a funnier. I like it. I think it's gonna be fun. Like, I'm telling people, go back and watch the first Space Jam. It's a dumb movie. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it's Michael Jordan being dumb and doing stupid things with fake-looking dogs. And it's funny. It's Looney Tunes.
It's amazing.
Like, stop taking it so seriously. Like I just don't get some people sometimes.
The sacredity of some of these things.
It's Space Jam, guys. We're not talking. They're not remaking Godfather
right.
or Pulp Fiction. It's Space Jam.
Totally agree.
Like it's a cult. Like I think people need to learn. There's legendary movies and cult classics.
Right.
This is a cult classic.
Yeah, it's a great
It's
point.
not a legendary movie.
Great point.
There's no rule against it. Like Star Wars and Indiana Jones and Godfather. Those are legendary movies. This is a cult classic. This is something like it's not critically good. Probably didn't make $1 billion, but it's lived on in infamy through these like legends and stories, and now it's a big deal.
Now, can I just tell you what I think the difference between LeBron and Michael is? And this isn't just
LeBron's
because
probably an actor, actually.
Probably, yeah, but also the fact that internet trolls, let's take them to the side. I think Michael Jordan inherently is a cool dude. I think LeBron tries to be cool. And I think that's the difference. I think both things come out in screen. Michael Jordan knew he was in a kind of doofus movie, but he is so cool from his McDonald's commercials, his Gatorade commercials, his Hanes commercials. He's like The Rock. He's just so cool and charismatic. I think that's LeBron.
But that just goes to show you on this show what 2 years different generation can do. Mm-hmm. Like I'm sure your uncle, your best friend.
See, to me, Kobe is cool.
No, I grew up with LeBron is cool. I love LeBron James. Like I think LeBron James is more charismatic than Michael Jordan. I think he's a better person than Michael Jordan.
Yeah, that's different. That's
to me, when I'm
LeBron's
older now as an actor, like when I watch Space Jam now, I look at Michael and being like, it's kind of a dick.
Well, LeBron's
is not a dick. He's actually like a good guy. And
LeBron legitimately is one of the best dudes we have in sports.
Exactly.
Period.
So I like that.
But he is such a dad. He is such a lame.
And he's funny.
As a dad.
Oh, as an actor, too.
No, because he performs well as an actor. What I'm telling you is, some people are cool and some people aren't cool. And LeBron James, I'm talking strictly in the realm of comparing him to Michael Jordan.
Coming from.
Because LeBron James is cool. He's one of the greatest basketball players of all time. But, comparative to Michael Jordan, that's like saying Ed Sheeran is as cool as somebody from Metallica.
See, I disagree. I think I agree with your point. I just reverse it. Michael Jordan came across to me as a lame dad. Like he's barely acting. He's kind of phoning it in, but it's funny like that because he's Jordan compared to LeBron, who's a fun guy actually and modern and cool and hip. And I don't know. That's where I come from. Like when I watch Michael now, I'm like, he's a lame dad. Like he's just kind of going through the motions, but that's what makes him Michael is because he naturally is just good at everything. I think LeBron's cool. I think Michael's a lame dad.
This is why I know you like hype people and you like bro dudes. Because
that's
the coolest
obvious. That's totally obvious.
The two coolest dudes in the NBA are Giannis Antetokounmpo and Kawhi Leonard. And they don't talk anything.
I'll give you one. I'll give you the
and
one.
They don't talk anything.
Kawhi's not cool. Kawhi's clutch. Kawhi's not cool, dude. Kawhi's just Kawhi.
But here's the thing.
But the Greek Freak is fun and cool. I give you that. And Dwayne Wade.
But LeBron forces it.
I don't think
LeBron
does.
lets you know he's the cool guy.
I think LeBron, when it comes to LeBron, he just is LeBron because you only could be LeBron if you were LeBron. Like LeBron's a new acronym because he's such a man-child against a beast. I'm a little curious why Dwayne Wade's not in this movie.
That is very interesting.
That's a little weird, right? Because Dwayne Wade's a fun guy too. Yeah. He's a cool dude.
See, and that's what's interesting. Dwayne Wade's legitimately a cool dude. But
he's a cool guy.
He doesn't pretend to be cool. Like he walks around and he's
also
cool.
from shy though. I mean,
but that's why I'm telling you. And you know what? Anybody listen to me, tell me if I'm off base.
Who's like, where are we off base? And we're not judging talent, guys.
No.
We're talking more as like actors and people.
Like how they
who's
come
more approachable?
Yeah.
Who would you rather follow? Who would you rather have a YouTube series of or something? Maybe like who's a more fun to follow? I think it's LeBron.
I'm trying to think of like any other, like I'm thinking somebody like James Harden looks like a cool dude.
See, no, I think James Harden's like Michael Jordan. We're like, he's kind of a dick.
That's so interesting.
Like I look at LeBron in the category of JJ Watt, where they're fun, great guys, and like everyone loves them. Even if you hate them as a player, you love them as a person. That's how I see them. Like an Anthony Rizzo or something. I look at like Hardens, Jordans, Bryce Harper's. Like they're fine. They're cool because they're good. They're not assholes though.
No. J.J. Watt, loud, great defensive tackle, defensive end, one of the best sackers, and one of the best rushmen. But then look at Aaron Donald. And the difference of that is, you look at it as like, that's like Shaft. That's a bad dude.
Yeah.
He walks in the room and you're like, that is a cool, like he gravitates.
No, that's a bad dude. That's not a cool dude.
No. But then
like,
J.J.
Gronkowski is a cool dude.
See, that's a great. Gronkowski is probably the best version of what you love about a hype person, and what I love about just somebody being cool. Because you're like, oh, he's totally all hype, but he's legitimately a hype person.
Shaq was a cool dude.
I feel Shaq was a lame. I think Shaq was the lame and Kobe was the cool guy. Shaq let you know he was in the room. Shaq gave himself the nickname.
I think we're just
Shaq was the rapper.
We have different ideas of cool. And maybe it's a generation. I don't know what it is, but like I get what we're saying, and we're saying the same thing. It's just we're defining cool different.
You know who's cool? Kendrick Lamar, Chance. You know who's lame? Drake.
But Drake is cool too.
Of course, but we're talking about the realm of the coolness.
I don't think Kendrick's cool. Kendrick's a bad mofo. Drake is cool and fun.
It's so interesting. Let us know what you guys think about this conversation.
Cool has to spread genres.
Did you think this is where the conversation would go?
No. And I didn't think, like, your ideas of cool are so different. And, like, you're older. So I would just, like, I get the Jordan one because you're never going to go against Jordan because you're, a sheep. But all these other guys, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Like, Kawhi Leonard's not cool. He's just a very good player.
See,
He's not
I
cool,
think
though.
you're such a hype bro.
That's your job. You're getting paid millions to be a hype bro.
You see how it all came out, friends. All right, we got some other stuff we got to get to. What did you think about the AD trade? And you can find out my thoughts before the good brother
Lakers winning it all in undefeated season.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we put
LeBron
James.
He's my favorite player ever.
Find out my thoughts on the YouTube channel. We did a live reaction on the AD trade and everything that is the NBA draft. We will do a reaction to them. I don't think so.
Are they getting Jimmy?
Who
are they getting? Who else are they getting? Yeah,
probably Kemba. I think they might go after Kemba Walker. I said Kemba will end up staying with the Charlotte Hornets because they'll give him a max contract. Kyrie would be interesting going there. It all depends on what time they make this trade go through.
Chris Paul apparently wanted out, but now he doesn't or something.
But Chris Paul's having beef with James Harden
right now.
But I
heard it wasn't beef anymore today. Like I heard
they're having beef.
Or was that just socially? Like we don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, no, they totally have beef. Okay. But we'll find out what happens there. And Alex, here locally in Chicago, it is Cubs Sox. Really fast. What is one of your favorite memories of Cubs Sox?
The fight.
Barrett versus Brzezinski?
Yeah, because Brzezinski's Brzezinski's not cool.
No, Brzezinski's not cool.
He's the definition of a bro that has no backing to be a bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, you tried so hard to be that bro, and you're like, he's like Sam Bradford. It's like, you're trying too hard, dude. Like, you're not good enough to be a bro.
But Scott Pasechnik was cool for the White Sox because he was the one that took down Barrett right away, like, without hesitation. There is a difference between it. Like, Brzezinski's loud and obnoxious. Scott Pasechnik would run into walls that wouldn't say much, but he'd be the first one to throw balls.
I don't blame him. They have bad announcers, a bad team. The Sox just have. I feel bad for them nowadays. I don't even hate them. I just feel bad for them.
I didn't say all that. All right, you can check out my thoughts.
It would suck to win a World Series and no one cared, and even ESPN forgot you did.
Well, Eloy might change that, and it's very, very, very
You're welcome.
soon.
We don't even need it. I don't even want him. Get out of here. Leave.
As he's crying.
Shut up.
Consoling me as
Get
well.
Out of here.
Good brother.
I don't love you anymore.
Good brother. Everybody can check out my sports thoughts on Mercado Airwaves, wherever you get your favorite podcast. And on YouTube, we have live videos of all our sports conversations. Speaking of some conversations in the quote-unquote sports world, let's go into sports entertainment. Good brother. It is time for some quick hits and picks because Stomping Grounds is going to be boring us on the WWE Network. Yes, we do, for the algorithm.
I don't want to.
Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Who do you got?
Drew McIntyre.
Roman Reigns. Xavier Woods and Big E versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
New Day.
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Now we're just going to pick opposites.
Cruiserweight Championship. The champion, Tony Nese versus Akira Tozawa versus Drew Gulak.
Tony Nese.
Drew Gulak. SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
No, because Chad Gable's going to take it from him, so no, you're wrong.
Tony Nese is a good guy, so he'll take it off the bad guy, Drew Gulak.
Nope, because Chad Gable's the next one, so they need a bad guy to keep holding
SmackDown. Yeah, that's why Drew Gulak will win it. Tony Nese is a good guy.
Is he a good guy right now?
Yeah.
Oh, then you're right, yeah.
The SmackDown Tag Team Championships, Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus Heavy Machinery.
Heavy Machinery.
Yeah, I'll go Heavy Machinery.
I love Heavy Machinery. I love it. Taki! I miss Chris Farley. I like them. They're fun. They're very fun. I like them a lot.
How about Mr. Becky Lynch himself? Seth Rollins defends the Universal Championship against Baron Corbin in a special guest referee match.
I don't hate Baron Corbin.
I don't hate Baron Corbin, but this stipulation and this everything is bad.
You're killing time. You're basically doing what you did
So
in
Lesnar.
that one pay-per-view no one watched except for Goldberg. This is what you're doing now. Seth Rollins.
Yeah, cool. SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley defends the title against Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss.
No, I know. We're just going to pick opposites, probably. But there's no reasoning. I mean, it's WWE. We can't really find... Cubs won.
Cubs win. 7-3.
Schwarber home run tonight. I go Bayley.
I'll go.
But there's no
Alexa
logic, honestly, that we can all be wrong. We're both going to be wrong. It's highs.
Well, somehow we're wrong on all
Faulty
these
finishes
picks.
for all of them.
United States Championship match, the champion Samoa Joe takes on Ricochet.
Is that still a title?
Yes, apparently.
Ricochet, because they just keep popping the pet. Because I think they wanted it on Ray, but Ray got hurt. So then they're like, "You're kind of like Rey Mysterio. You do flips in our Brown. You get the title."
I'll go Samoa Joe wins the championship, and nothing happens for either one of these guys.
Yeah.
How about for the WWE Championship in a cage match? It's the champion Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler. Kofi Kingston. And for the Raw Women's Championship, Becky Lynch defends the title against Lacey Evans.
Becky Lynch.
I'll go Becky Lynch as well.
I can see him pulling. I feel weird because they could. I think if any woman chased title tonight, it's going to be Bayley. They're not screwing Becky. They'll screw Bayley over.
Sure.
And be like, and we gave her the title. All right, here, give it to Alexa.
And in some AEW news, All Out is going to be at the Sears Center and sold out in under 15 minutes.
Yep.
And it is going to be intense. When it all started, comes back again, and we should be interesting to see how the card plays out. But
it's the last pay-per-view before their TV, and
Yeah.
obviously Khan was just on Austin because
Yeah.
Austin came back with podcast.
Yeah.
Talking about that in a 2-hour show. They're going to release a day soon. They're not doing house shows, all that stuff. So it should be interesting.
Yeah, and obviously, I think it's 2 months after that that WWE takes over Chicago for 4 nights. You have one of the first SmackDowns on Fox will be filmed here in Chicago for SmackDown. Monday Night Raw obviously will be here, and NXT TakeOver War Games and the Survivor Series all will be here. Yeah, I will be at 3 of the 4 shows for sure. SmackDown, NXT, and
Raw.
And definitely not Raw. It's 3 hours is a long time.
I will skip Raw. We'll go to the other one.
And I'm trying to figure out if the show will be at All Out, but we will definitely have some talk about it.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Yeah,
the first
we're
one
getting
we
close.
had to watch at home, and now we're like, maybe it's big enough to finally
Especially
get there.
if there's rumbling for Punk. We'll see.
There's always rumbling
Yeah,
for
there's
Punk,
always
dude.
rumbling
Every
for
time we're in Chicago, there could be the Lowe's Indie show in Chicago, which she showed up to.
Right.
And that's where you get the hype.
All right, go brother. You ready to wrap this bad boy up?
Wrap it up.
All right, let's do this, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this episode of The Good Brother. Stay on the network for our trailer reactions, our video game reviews, and, of course, all our reviews. That is the movie, pop culture, television, and wrestling world. Follow The Good Brother all over the socials. He's on Twitter at Mercado21 Alex and on Instagram at Mercado2121. You can follow the podcast on Twitter at Good Brothers Pod. I'm at mmercado2333. And you can follow the network at Mercado Airwaves. We're also on Facebook. Like us at Mercado Airwaves. Download, like, rate, review all our podcasts, wherever you get your favorite podcasts, at Mercado Airwaves. Get our interviews ad-free and before anybody else with athletes and celebrities at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. And a huge shout out to Munch Art Design for powering us on the network. Good Brother. Last words.
Last words.
Thank you guys so much. We'll see you on the next episode of Good Brothers here on the Mercado Airwaves Network. Let us in. Let us in.
Thanks for joining us here on The Good Brothers, here on Mercado Airwaves. Enjoy our shows? Follow the Mercado Airwaves crew all over social media. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. On Instagram, Nicole is at Typing When Tipsy, Alex is at Mercado2121, Mike is at Mike Mercado2333, and our true crime show is at Murder Mysteries and More. And on Twitter, Nicole is at Typing When Tipsy, Alex is at Mercado21Alex, and Mike is at mmercado2333. You can follow the network at Mercado Airwaves. Follow our pop culture show on Twitter at Good Brothers Pod. Get us on the go by downloading our programs anywhere you get your favorite podcast, like iTunes, SoundCloud, Podbean, Stitcher, and other popular sites. Just search us at Mercado Airwaves. While you're at it, please like, rate, review, and share us with your friends. Visit us on youtube.com/MikeMercado2333. Click the subscribe and like button to get notified every time a new episode or interview is posted. Support Mercado Airwaves by visiting patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves, the home of our interviews with athletes and celebrities, which you can get ad-free and early before it's released to the public. Come play video games with us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Mercado Airwaves Network. Mercado Airwaves is powered by Munch Art Design. Like them on Facebook at Munch Art Design. Voiceover work on Mercado Airwaves is performed by Josh Fox. Enjoy our shows? Follow the Mercado Airwaves crew all over social media. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. On Instagram, Nicole is at Typing When Tipsy, Alex is at Mercado2121, Mike is at Mike Mercado2333, and our true crime show is at Murder Mysteries and More. And on Twitter, Nicole is at Typing When Tipsy, Alex is at Mercado21Alex, and Mike is at MMercado2333. You can follow the network at Mercado Airwaves. Follow our pop culture show on Twitter at Good Brothers Pod. Get us on the go by downloading our programs anywhere you get your favorite podcasts, like iTunes, SoundCloud, Podbean, Stitcher, and other popular sites. Just search us at Mercado Airwaves. While you're at it, please like, rate, review, and share us with your friends. Visit us on youtube.com/MikeMercado2333. Click the subscribe and like button to get notified every time a new episode or interview is posted. Support Mercado Airwaves by visiting patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves, the home of our interviews with athletes and celebrities, which you can get ad-free and early before it's released to the public. Come play video games with us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Mercado Airwaves Network. Mercado Airwaves is powered by Munch Art Design. Like them on Facebook at Munch Art Design. Voiceover work on Mercado Airwaves is performed by Josh Fox.
What's up, friends? Mike here from Mercado Airwaves. If you missed any one of our past interviews with amazing guests like future Hall of Famer and pound for pound best fighter in the world, UFC flyweight champion Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson,
another day at the office I get to go out there and test my skill.
to award-winning producer, director, and actor Orlando Jones. Orlando, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, sir. I'm good, brother. How you doing?
And all the other interesting guests we've had on. Joining us today is director and writer David Ferrier.
Thanks so much, brother. I appreciate you having me on the show.
MMA legend Chael Sonnen joins us today.
Keep listening to your show. This is great. Thanks, my friend.
Just subscribe to us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. And while you're there, please like, review, and rate us, friends. It helps so much. We also have a Patreon for anyone who would like to support the show. Just visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves and see how you can get all of our interviews ad-free and before anyone else, and how you can get your business or company spotlighted on the show. Follow us on Twitter at mmercado2333. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/MikeMercado2333. And if you would like to see what we're up to behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram, MikeMercado2333. Thanks for listening and all the support.